Hi everybody, it's Casey Williams. Well, every now and then we get a vehicle that we really like, but we'd like to see it in a slightly different package or a slightly different option group. And that's what we have for you today. We have the Volvo XC40. And before we had one of the sportier packages, but today we have the Inscription package, which is the upper level luxury. It's a nice October afternoon, so let's go have a look at it. The designers had a unique opportunity with the smaller XC40 to be a little more exuberant in the design, but they also realized it had to look like a Volvo, and it does. It really starts with the grille, the chrome outline, looks very nice, very classy. The Thor's hammer driving lamps here light up with LEDs. We have adaptive LED headlamps. So the front of it, you got a very nice Volvo face to it. It looks very upscale, very elegant. You come around the side, and you realize that the shape's just a little bit different. Spatially in the back portion, you got the upsweep of the window line, the roof that comes down. And on some of the models, it actually has a contrasting color roof, so it kind of gives a little design element in the back as well. Both the Inscription, and we try and look for a little more of an upscale look to it, kept the consistent paint color. But it just looks very nice. It looks very solid, looks very Volvo, looks very Swedish. It looks upscale, but it doesn't look overdone in any way. I like the sculpting down here in the bottom, looks very tough. 19-inch alloy wheels. And you come around the back, spoiler integrated into the top of it, looks very nice. And being the Inscription package, again, the high-end package, nice chrome detailing around the exhaust outlets, the satin silver finish down below, all looks very nice. Power hatch. And coming inside for a crossover this size, there's actually quite a bit of storage. Easy enough to get your luggage in here. Some storage underneath as well. You can hide some things here if you like to. There's a power plug you can plug in. Of course, there's a ski pass-through, and then 60/40 split fold back seats. They fold all the way down as well. So a lot of storage space in the back of a pretty small crossover. I think of all the compact crossovers we reviewed, this is my absolute favorite interior. And what I like about it is that Volvo didn't dumb it down in any way from their upper level models like the XC90. And it really starts, it really dominates around the touchscreen here in the center. And again, the first time I ever drove one of these in the XC90, I thought it was kind of confusing, but it took me about 3 minutes to figure it out, and then it was just fantastic. So the main screen has the radio, and you can swipe screen through the stations. Very easy. Got satellite radio, AM, FM, it's all here. So swipe one screen away. Again, you select AM, FM, satellite radio, Bluetooth, all that's here. Sound experience, you can configure it for driver focus, focus for all the passengers. It's a Harman Kardon audio system, so it sounds fantastic. I like that a lot. Also have all the apps down below, Pandora, you got Google Search, and Spotify. So you got everything you need there. So we swipe back the other way. You got all the safety systems here. You can turn them on, turn them off. And what I really like about this is, in some cars there's a panel, some of them are hidden underneath the left side, some are hidden in the console, trying to figure out how to get the safety systems all on and off depending on what you want. This, one easy screen. So you got lane keeping assist here, parking assist, beepers, cross traffic alert in the back, auto stop start. It does have auto stop start, but you can turn it off here if you want to, and it stays off, so you don't keep turning it off. I think that's fantastic. The blind spot warning. It's got automatic parallel and perpendicular parking system. Also will pull the car back out from the parking. I think it's all great. You've got adaptive cruise control. You've got forward collision alert with pedestrian detection and auto brake. So all the latest safety systems there. And then the LED headlamps, they're adaptive, so they turn into the curves, and you can change that as well. So everything very nice. You've got heated seats, heated steering wheel, automatic climate control, but everything is here and just very nicely done. Down below, some redundant controls for the radio and also the defrosters. Easy. The drive mode selector is here, so you can choose comfort, dynamic, or sport mode, eco, off-road, and for the most part that just changes the throttle sensitivity. So it's a little more sensitive in sport mode, it's a little less sensitive when you're in the eco mode. So that all works out very nicely as well. But just look at the interior detailing. Did a very nice job. And exactly as you'd expect from a Volvo, everything's very comfortable, everything's, well engineered, well made, but nothing's, overly extravagant. It starts with the seats, nice soft leather, the lower cushions extend, so you get very easy comfort here. Driftwood, on the dashboard, and again, very nice. Nothing's leather coated here, nothing's stitched, but it all just feels nice, it feels well made. I really like the vents. To turn the vents off, you turn this, and it clicks. Just this very nice metallic click when you get there. Just lets you know it's done. Just a lot of precision in here. Nice thick leather-wrapped steering wheel, flat screen instrument display, very easy to read. This car doesn't have a heads-up display, but that's fine, doesn't really need it. Do have the dual pane sunroof up above. And the one thing I really like is the Auraforce crystal glass gear selector down below. It lights up at night. It's just beautiful. So if you have Swedish glass at home, it's probably Auraforce, and this is just a really nice touch to be inside a Volvo. I like that the XC40 has the right size of footprint and the right packaging for urban living, but I also appreciate that it has plenty of power once you get on the interstate and get on the open road. So we have a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, delivers 248 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Routes all that through an 8-speed automatic transmission to the all-wheel drive system. And I think that's plenty of power to get the car moving. In fact, Volvo says it'll run 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. So that's pretty quick for a crossover this size. Fuel economy, you're looking at 23 miles per gallon in the city, 31 on the highway. A 31 I think is fine for the horsepower and what you get for this vehicle. But what I really like is that power just is plentiful. You step into it, it's got nice low end torque, gets it off the line quickly. When you're on the highway, you still have plenty left. This does have auto stop start, which pauses the engine at rest to save fuel. I think it's a pain in the butt, and I turn it off as quickly as I possibly can. But if it doesn't annoy you, it does have a slight advantage for fuel economy. But the other things I really like about this is, it just feels like a Volvo. It feels relatively heavy. The steering feels nice. The suspension kind of glides over stuff. It's got the drive modes, so you can adjust the throttle a little bit for sensitivity if you want to save fuel, or if you just want to have a little bit more of a sporty feel to it. But this thing doesn't feel cheap. Some little crossovers you get in them, and it just feels like they've been dumbed down from the bigger versions of it. This one doesn't. It just feels like it's a smaller, easier to drive version of the big one. I like the flat screen instruments. I think those are really nicely done. I think the touch screen's really nicely done. You fit in the car. The seats feel comfortable. They're supportive. These have extendable lower cushions. They have lower bolsters that come out to help your back as well. So I think everything's just really nicely done. Everything's simple, well put together, and just exactly what you'd expect from a Volvo. I'm really glad we had another round with the XC40. I liked the first one we had, but it had orange carpet on the doors and just seemed kind of funky. And I think that's kind of cool in its own way. But I think this one with the Inscription package just feels a lot more upscale and just feels a little more true to Volvo's heritage. It just looks really nice. The interior detailing, the wood, just the precision of the controls, everything looks nice. I like the flat screen dash, I like the touch screen, all works well. And that turbocharged engine, it's just plenty on this vehicle, especially with the all-wheel drive system. So let's talk about pricing. Well, you can buy the XC40 for about $34,000, a little bit under. This one, as it's equipped, $47,825. I think it's getting on the upper end of what a compact crossover should cost, but this one certainly has the drivability, has the features, has the power, everything you'd want in a vehicle like this. So next week we'll have another fun car. Until then, storm forward.